Hey, okay, sorry about my voice. I was, I just woke up not too long ago, but for a while I've had the idea to do like face posters all over the lobby, like where the senior lockers are. Um, so if what I mean by face posters is like, during like senior nights and stuff like that, where all of the athletes have um they're like the fat heads, like where it's just your head cut out and they're really nice pictures. I was thinking of doing that with us so we could, show off to everybody that we're prideful that we're 2020. And I was really thinking of something original to like set a precedent for the school so that maybe seniors, as the, oh, excuse me, as the years go on, can start doing this and they'll know, hey, yeah, all this stuff started with 2020. So, um, there are two options as far as this goes, and I was researching all this not too long ago to try and see what was more economically feasible for everyone because I know not everyone has jobs, not everybody's parents are trying to just hand money out, especially with other senior expenses that we're gonna have to take care of during the year. So the first option is ordering stuff individually from fathead.com, which is the legitimate website for these things. I'm gonna go ahead and click on it. Well, never mind. I already have it open. Okay, so here we go. So what they do is this is a 12 by 18. So when I go to the second option, like the second website, which is Depot, they don't have prints this large. I think you'd have to go to a different like area of it, but I'm trying to like record it so you guys can easily navigate through it. But I just use this picture because it's one of the closest ones to the bottom. My freaking camera roll or whatever. But just for one of these is $9.99 without taxes, without shipping. So once you go ahead and click on that, it's a 12 by 18, by the way. I don't think most people's heads are that big anyway, so that's why the second option is just a better idea anyway. So it's made of cardstock. Um, right now on Fathead, it is a discount, and after you have shipping, calculated into the subtotal, it's $15.98 as you can see, and it's not until you review it and you put in your card information that the actual taxes are included, and that end up being a little more expensive. Um, in both situations, as far as paying for these go, and uploading your picture and all that, you are responsible for paying for it with your own money and making sure you get it on your own. I was trying to set up a way where we could do these things in bulk. And for the most part, if we had an adult, we could probably figure out how to do that better because I don't have all the coin for that. I know that I don't, and an adult probably will, but I'm trying to see how we can do this by ourselves and make it get here as quickly as possible. I couldn't find out any shipping, like how quickly they ship or which um, carrier they ship through the website, and that that could affect things as far as how quickly it gets here, especially since it's gonna have to be reviewed by like one of the people at Fatheads, and then they're gonna send you a proof of what they did, this, that, and the third, and then it gets sent to you. And since it's not even July yet, is it? It is. Yes, it is. It's July 1st. I don't know how I just forgot that, but it's July already, and for stuff like this where you're getting stuff like custom made, like as far as like, oh, if you get like a banner or a neon light or something like that, that can be a whole month. And I don't want it to take that long for us, especially seeing as though I haven't really come up with a lot of ideas for the activities at the senior social that's already mentioned in here. Let me try and hit done on that so y'all can see all this stuff. But yeah, you won't know any of that. As far as I'm concerned, people who live like right outside the city of Nashville, like say I live in North Nashville and some people live out east, like not that far outside. Um the subtotal after shipping is going to end up being 1598 too. You live a little bit further out, like say Franklin, or you live out in Gallatin, the price might change a little bit. I didn't look up the zip codes like see how the shipping would be for that because there are a lot, and I was like, everyone can do their due diligence and see how much it is for them just to see which is going to be a better option. um Yeah. So, the second option is edit or send in your picture through Office Depot. They do have their own little copying machines and stuff like that. You just choose whatever location is closest to you. I know the closest one is like out by like Hillwood and stuff like that or whatever in the direction of like the Hillwood area for me. This is the cheaper option out of all of them. I chose one 11 by 14 print just to see, what's the base cost. That's $5.45, as in $5.45. You can see it on the screen. That's your cheaper option. Most people aren't just gonna get one print. Some of you guys might choose, a couple different pictures just to see how it'll look if you cut it out and stuff like that, or how would it look. And you might have more than just one. I plan on having like two of the same print, so if I do find the picture I really want, I'll have two just in case I mess it up. And that's what I suggest everyone does if you decide to do it through Office Depot. They do have the option of picking them up yourselves. The prints are a glossy finish. They do have a matte finish as well, but let me see. I can't remember if it said it was pickup as well, so try to see that. But as you can see, what I did to edit my photos and make it into like a sticker like thing, I used pics art because they have like this free cutting tool and whatnot. And honestly, you could even use Snapchat to turn your picture into, a sticker or whatever. And you don't have to cut out your photo or cut out your head or make a sticker out of it in an app for you to be able to cut it out right. So I just use that so it's easier to tell where my head starts and stops, but you don't have to do that. There are a lot of different ways you can approach this, and Office Depot also allows a same day pickup. I believe, if I'm not mistaken. Let me check. Yeah. So you can go back through. So you go to services, hit it with the print services. Then you go down to, what did I just miss? Okay, whatever. I think I went past it. You go to photo services, and then you hit the first one, photo prints. The other ones are like canvas, and some of them are like bigger. Scroll all the way down. You go to 11 by 14. If you want an 8 by 12, that's more landscape, and it might be a little too wide. So I wouldn't suggest getting that. It's same thing for 11 by 14 as well, but you would end up with a bigger print anyway, and you have more space to cut out your head, so your head is bigger. So yeah, hit it with that get started. I'm gonna just hit continue, and then I'm gonna just hit an unedited photo just to see. Okay, device library. I'm gonna hit it with this one because I just stole it from Twitter. It doesn't take that long to load. Of course, as you can see, you can do it straight from your phone, and it won't look as blurry as it is right now. Sometimes it takes a hot minute to like focus in. And you can even do it on your computer, which is what I would end up suggesting because um yeah, it would end up, I can't even remember what I was just saying, y'all. I'm sorry. But yeah, the mat is shipping only, so yeah. You would have to enter all your stuff. I got my login. Oh, I don't know if I mentioned it or if you guys saw it in there. Always you have to make an account. It should be fine. Another thing, as I put in here, if you don't have a card, like a debit card or a credit card that you can use to purchase it, you could always ask a friend, or you can ask me if maybe you don't feel comfortable asking your friends or whatever, which is why I'm not, or asking your parents, of course. You can always ask me or a friend to print them out. And then if you're asking me, just make sure the day that, whenever we decide the senior social is going to end up being, which is going to be before school starts, just make sure the money is given to me on that day. Other than that, I don't, like, of course, I'm not going to want to keep your pictures, but I'm going to have to keep your pictures. So if you're asking me for it, just make sure, you're paying on time and stuff like that. I understand if you, if your parents if you don't want to ask your parents for money because maybe, they don't feel like paying for that, this, that, and the third. If you got a little coin, even if you need me to pay for it because you might not have the cash for it, I'll just cover it for you. If that's like what you really need, I understand. Not everybody has a job, this, that, and the third. Like, I completely understand. You can always ask anybody in the group chat individually if that's what you need to do. So I'm trying to make sure that everyone who wants to be included is included in stuff like this, and that no one feels like they've been left out or something like that. If this is something you can't do per se, if maybe your parents don't want you to do that, I say always mention it to your parents, especially if they don't want you like taking pictures and posting them everywhere, because it is going to be in the lobby of the school. Not saying that, somebody's going to take your picture, take it home and do weird stuff, but it's just that anyone can accidentally take a picture with it in the background or something like that. Like, or if you're not comfortable with everyone else seeing your pictures, this might not be a thing for you either. I could come up with something else for you guys to be able to do if you guys just want your name to be up somewhere. If you don't want your picture up, we can figure something out where you can just put your name up somewhere and you can decorate that, which would end up being fine as well. I just want it to be where everybody sees who the seniors are and they're like, oh my gosh, this is so cute. We want to do this too. How come we can't do this? And then they have to wait till they're seniors. Like, I want everybody to be looking at our stuff in awe. So, yeah. My only thing with this is just, all of this is pretty, I've already explained it. So, of course, it'd be self-explanatory. You go through all of the directions I've already said and all of the things I've already mentioned. Try and keep note of them. They're also included in this note. I'll copy and paste it into the group chat. So you guys can look back at it. If you have any questions, hopefully they're within reason and it's something that I haven't already covered. Make sure you do your due diligence. Look on both of the websites if that's what you're trying to do. And make sure that if you're doing the Office Depot one, you can go out to your nearest Office Depot or have someone go out there, get the prints for you, and it would be a done deal. You know what I'm saying? Like, just make sure you can get all of that squared away. Like I said, most of this is going to be done by yourself. And I just want it to be easy for everyone to navigate through. So most of your time is spent decorating all of your pictures, your name, whatever the case may be, and enjoying yourselves. So also, make sure in the group chat if you have any ideas for like a senior social, like if we're doing that the same day we're putting the pictures up, but what would you guys like to be doing? I was thinking we could do some maybe outdoors activities and stuff like that, and we can have like snacks and stuff like that. If you're trying to provide or help stuff get put together, just let somebody know. I was putting this in the group chat just to see if it gained a little bit of traction, see if this is something people might be wanting to do, because I didn't want to just take it straight to SGA. I already talked to Alexia about it, but I didn't want to take it straight to SGA or take it straight to McShepherd Ray if I hadn't already gotten some approval from y'all as classmates, because that would have been stupid and it would have just looked like I'm forcing y'all to do stuff. And I don't want that to be the case. I just want it to be something enjoyable for you guys. So this is purely to gain traction for right now. None of this is set in stone. Hopefully as people find it, interesting, or find it as something they wanted to do, then we could start making dates and whatnot concrete, just so everyone can take part. I know some people are going to be out of town and this won't be a thing they can do. I was hoping that the senior social or whatever would end up being like week before school starts or something like that, not the day before, because not everybody's trying to do that the day before school. Maybe you are. We could discuss that or whatever, but week before school, something like that, because I know most people will probably be getting back within a week before school, but I also know some of you guys get back the day before school or don't even come the first day of school. They'll come like either the rest of the week or the following week after that. Also be careful about that, because MLK loves kicking out kids who don't show up the first day. So be on the lookout for that. But hopefully, if you guys find this interesting, just like the comment, or maybe, give some more feedback or ideas below it. That's all I'm concerned about. I wanted to make sure it was something you all wanted to do, because I've been thinking about it for a hot minute. And I was like, is this something I want to try and execute? And the answer is yes, but if that's not something y'all want to do, then just, mention it down below. And I appreciate y'all reading this and listening to this as well, because this might be annoying. This might be you listening to it in your room, just doing whatever. Whatever. But, yeah, thanks for listening to this, giving it a couple minutes of your time, and hopefully y'all consider it. Y'all let me know. All right, deuces. I got some reading to do.